the hardest things as a leader is when big things change in your company and everything around you feels disrupted and different. One of the clients I'm working with, their CEO has just resigned, and it can be incredibly distracting. Everyone's uncertain, everyone's guessing what's going to happen next, everyone's guessing who the new person's going to be. If you listen to all that and forget about doing your job and your team down tools, what can happen is that you don't deliver what you need to, and it makes everything worse. So what I'm going to talk about in this video is how you as a leader can keep focus in your team and respond really professionally when big things around you change. Talk to you in a minute. I've been working with someone where the CEO has resigned and she is looking around her and watching everyone freak out. And she's finding it really, really hard to know how to respond. This is going to happen more and more to you, okay? People moving, people selling businesses, people resigning, those big things have a big impact. But how you respond says a lot about who you are and what you stand for as a leader. So these are the two things we talked about that were really important. The first one is the biggest problem that can happen when big things change is that your team lose focus. They down tools and they don't focus on what's important. So the first thing we did was create a really clear focus point for the 3 or 6 months that it's going to take to respond to this big change. And for her, that was a goal of having 5 million users on the platform she works on. So she works on a digital platform, and that's not important. The important thing was that during this time, they could keep talking about what they were doing to get to that goal. If every time she spoke to the team, she spoke about that goal, it would help them keep focus and not get distracted. The second thing is that as a leader during these times of change, most of the team will, just like a parent or just like a team coach, they'll respond to the messages you send. So if you're stressed, they'll probably think they need to be stressed. If you're playing politics, they'll probably think they need to play politics. Okay, so you really need to be mindful of the messages you send, but that's really hard because you know what? You're feeling really emotional about this too. You don't know what's going to happen to your job. What I spoke to her about was this formula of your response in this situation, S plus C, it's not S plus T, is that your response is a consequence of a stimulus, which in this case is the big change, and the choice you have. And everyone around you may be completely responding just on that without thinking about it. And you've got a choice about the message that you send. So if big things are happening around you, if they're causing disruption and you're finding it really hard to know what to do and you're worried that your team might down tools, here's two things. One is create a really measurable team focus that they can get united around for the period of time of the change. And the second is remember you have a choice about how you behave, and that the way you behave will probably determine how your team respond. If this has been really useful for you, leave me a comment below. What big change might be happening to you? What can your team focus be? And how can you behave to send a message that everything's going to be okay? Talk to you soon on the Reason and the Road.